a lot of potential at risk.
That's perfectly fair. But honestly, given the Astra nerfs as well, I would actually prefer Brimstone on this map, especially looking at nearest airport as well. They've got the double smoker setup essentially with
that
actually
Viper.
both teams have the double smoker setup because I kind of just don't like Astra. It's just my opinion, man. GMD with his Astra as well on the previous maps, it takes a really good team to obviously get the full, I would say, effect out of her, and they have actually had a lot of success with her util, right? The Cosmic Divides, a little bit, not too much, but for the most part, it's the time buying. And whenever a side take happens or something, here comes the Nova Pulses, here comes Gravity Wells. It just buys time, and it's so good at separating and creating discourse throughout nearest airport. We saw that multiple times on the A side over towards Haven, and you would see the governor or just one person get separated from the rest of his crew. They were too scared to push through the Gravity Well, and just resulted in basically a one-man engagement against perhaps multiple players of TSM already on the site. It just makes life really hard for them.
It does make life hard for them, and I want to bring up something that you just brought up, Digital. She's one of those agents that has great stall potential and spread on a site hit, especially when on defense. That's exactly what you need on Bind. It's exactly what you need on Ascent, and it's exactly what you need on Haven. There's a reason these top-end teams are constantly bringing her back into play for a reason. She's always been good. Yeah, some other controllers got the light for just a little bit. They were able to be that guy on stage, but now she's just realistically coming back in a meta because she's always been so good. There's more utility to play around with. I will say, I absolutely love Brimstone on Bind as well. Just having that Molotov for post-plant setups and that orbital strike to clear out things like hookah and showers. It's great on either side, and it all comes down to how you play. The coordination is necessary for Astra, but TSM, they're TSM. They have the coordination. If they don't, then we maybe have some changes to make.
And also the thing about Astra is that she does have a certain flexibility in that she can recall her stars and whatnot. But the problem is the wait time is so long, so you kind of have to be committed to and be careful about where you deploy your util. It's different for other smokers though. 7, nice little early engagement, taking the fight over towards nearest airport. Now it's Sabrosa's turn. The sky pick for him on Bind has been signature, but 7 dives down to his death. Wasn't expecting Governor to be up so close in his face over towards Showers. First kill going over to nearest airport, and Sabrosa basically isolated from his teammates. And where were those dinks coming from? My goodness, that deep into Shower? You must be joking.
I believe that's a Sheriff in hand. I'm not 100% sure if they know Sabrosa's here. Obviously, everybody's staring at it. They assume he is, but he did some sort of combo where he took the TP as well as the dog entry at the same time. So there is a world where maybe they're not 100% sure, but they're going to take that over to the B side. Little do they know, the rotation from TSM hasn't come out yet. There's still a lot of pressure in the area, and it's that Viper and Raze combo that's so much stall potential to get that Astra over from A.
Ooh, a little jump pick there. It gets a few bullets in the chest for his troubles. Sabrosa, there we go. Now they can confirm that he's there, but he's done instantaneously. Corey! I'm telling you, Corey has been so consistent throughout this entire series by himself. Essentially 1v2, slow and methodical, tapping away at the heads. And GMD, there you go. There's a slow util that we just talked about, the gravity one, just to buy some extra time. One more smoke to play for potentially, and he's in the smoke. In Ninja,
GMD.
now's a sneak. Rossi for 1, but GMD finally strikes, gets the final kill. Nicely done. TSM, it was a little bit risky at first, but they lose the 2 aggressive players.
I was going to say that was a very creative round. Even the TP play from, not Calypso, I apologize, from 7. It was unique. He almost found the trade, but in the end, TSM lost the numbers advantage, but in the end, they played it beautifully. They took advantage of the fact that they knew nearest airport was going on that rotation towards B. It allowed Corey to create a little bit of mid-space through hookah, and then the collapse is incoming. Yeah, the shots were a little shaky, but in the end, that doesn't matter. They don't ask how. They ask how many Digital. And he got 2, and he set us perfectly. GMD, a little bit of a creative setup with that Astra Star, but regardless, that's going to be the full force round coming out for TSN. I'm guessing maybe not the same creativity with those teleport plays, and it's just going to be a 5-stack over towards B. And Rossi, he just peaks these every time for info.
And every time he gets a few bullets for his troubles, and when you have a lack of Sova or like one of those hard intel gathering agents, you gotta go there with your own eyes, man, and see what happens. So far, so good though, but I fear that one day when he tries to go for that jiggle pick or something, he's gonna get destroyed. We'll just see what happens.
It's one of those things where you do it until you say, hey, maybe shouldn't do that again. It's extremely risky. Just burn some utility to gain information. And the fact that he puts down orb there and he's really in a position where he's not getting that back. That's not where you want the orb later in the round. Yeah, it stalls Hook at the beginning, but it's a risky play to somehow regain that and use it in a different setting. But that's just going to be the slow approach over towards Showers. And look how patient TSM is at the moment. We're not seeing that super aggressive defense that we've seen on every map so far. Yeah, we saw it in Pistol, but they've taken a step back here.
Here comes the Sky Flash. 7, he's blinded and still gets a no-scope onto Governor. The reset is beautiful. Corey explodes Anderson. GMD lying away. Just getting a bit confused as to where the bullets were coming from. So much chaos on the screen. That's all down to Leviathan. Escapes to safety. And this is a ratty play. Gets one. And that's all he was good for. But you love to see it. Get those small kills, the small dubs. Get the round over and done with. On to the next.
That is a small dub, but I think it's a little bit monumental in the end. If TSM lost 2 guns in the sense, yeah, they're still going to force one more out. It's just going to be GMD going in with, I believe, nothing here. There's a chance he does get something online to meet up with his teammates, but this realistically, this needs to be Rossi, Phantom force. That means GMD should force along with him. That's a risky play, or he's just gonna. They know he's gonna be that last man back, that long Viper anchor on that B side. If it is an A side hit, which Nearest Airport, I would say has favored the double hit in a row. But regardless, it's gonna be Sabrosa on the grass here once again. That's the thing about that Sky. I love Sky so much on Bind because the information that you could gather at that utility early is just it's unlike anything else.
And the flash as well to set up your team. You know, it's just the brain games. The fake flash, the real flash, the delayed flash. It's everything that nice little reactionary play, resets his positioning, and the flash, of course. That's all of them. And the recharge as well. It's beautiful. 7, there you go. One-upping his counterpart, Calypso. Nearest Airport again on the back foot. Up man down. 7, that's a great little bit of a tag onto the Leviathan. No scopes going all the way. Corey as well, firing bullets in the shower. 7, you're just going in for it. The mic clicks, takes down Precision. That's gun upgrades potentially. GMD onto Anderson. Leviathan, he's bleeding out as we speak. He's stunned for. Clean round for TSM. Gun upgrades all the way.
This is not the team that we saw on Bind against TSM Academy. What's happening here? They look so different. They look so crisp. They look coordinated. Even the crosses that they're holding on this A side. Yeah, there's an aggressive note to it, but there's something there that we didn't see previously, and it's beautiful to watch. The timeout can be called Bind Nearest Airport here, trying to find themselves a little bit of light to go their way. It's unfortunate. How do you come back from that thrifty, and not apologize, from that bonus round, Digital? You have to find something.
3 rounds in.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 rounds in, attack timeout, because that was a round in which, look, if you lose it to a bonus round, it happens, right? But losing it flawlessly, not getting a single kill, barely any damage either, that's almost just unacceptable. That's why the timeout came out instantly. Everything was so discoordinated in that round for Nearest Airport. Leviathan stuck in the corner the whole time, and they could barely step foot out of shower. No picks, barely any util. Yeah, they need this. Just to mentally reset, take it easy again, because TSM, they've shown that when they get a large round, lead to start the map, late game, it's a big issue for Nearest Airport to try, equalize and potentially come back. They did it on a sense, but still, it was a bit of an uphill battle. Map 2, they were trying, but it was too far gone at that point. Map 3, they don't want to let it run away from them just yet, but at this point, it could be a 4-0, most likely a 5-0, depending on how the buy goes.
A couple of forces going their way as well. I would like to say they're still playing that timid playstyle that we saw in Haven. Maybe they didn't get that reset that they needed in between games here. They didn't take their time to say, hey, we just reset here. And Rossi.
Oh. That ain't good. Governor leaps into the crosshairs of Rossi. 7. Still just stands a punish. The ultimate gets invested early, and they get no value out of it. TSM, they haven't taken any damage at all. And look at how reactionary they are as well. They hear their teammates are getting rushed, and everyone just TPs over towards the B site. Nearest Airport, they don't know it just yet, but A site's fully clean. They could just go for a spike plant and just get some extra padding in the wall, I suppose. Leviathan's gone. It's all down to Precision. 26 HP. Frenzy in the dream. Maybe he could be good for 1, but it's unlikely. Unless Sabrosa just ints it in. Well.
They're going to send him in. Same thing with the farm of the Rolling Thunder. They're going to try to farm those Seekers. It's just a great ultimate on Bind with so many close corridors. You kind of need it, especially on retake if they do get that bomb down. But that is a little bit of life for Nearest Airport there. First time we have seen them get that bomb planted ever since I believe, round 2. I don't believe they got it planted on Pistol. It was an attempt. It was the pistol and the smoke from GMD. My mistake. It's a lot of Valorant over the past, 2.5 months. I do apologize. Everything just blends into one. But regardless, Corey's 6-0 at the moment with that showstopper available. It's a little bit unfortunate. I like Governor's play to try to clear out Hookah there. It was more of a slow and methodical approach, but I feel like they have to expect the peak at this point from a member of TSM. That's 3 rounds in a row before that. The only round they didn't peek out of Hookah instantly was the pistol because they went for the Showers TP. But that's rifles in hand. That's Calypso with an operator. And that's 5 men over set side B.
Sabrosa and his teammates as well gearing up for a flash play out of the smoke. And in retaliation, nearest airport, they pump bullets downrange. GMD's gone. Sabrosa's dead as well. This is a good start for nearest airport and sorely needed. TSM just getting a little bit too aggressive. Finally, they get shut down. The Seekers. It doesn't even find Rossi. It's already locked into a target. Okay, it came back. I don't know why it did that. Weird interaction. 7, what a flick onto a flying Governor. But alas, it was for North. They still lose the sight. 2v4 though. There's a world. There's a chance. Rossi and Corey. If anyone do it, it's these two. Rossi, showstopper out. Rosa ult gets nothing out of it. But the tag team duo, the flanks as well, post plant. This should be the round for North for nearest airport. The orbital strike comes through as well, just to force them off the spike to buy extra time. That's how badly they need this round. Viper Ball's down. They have to fight it out dry now. Calypso finally strikes. Not that he really had to. His teammates did all the heavy lifting. Finally, a round on the board for nearest airport. Losing 2 players. It's not bad. We take those.
You take those every single day, and I think the timeout came into that round. I'll bring that up again. I think it was such a smart play from nearest airport to throw that tack out early. Is you can't let the bleed stop. You need to get a Band-Aid on there. That was their Band-Aid. That was for them to take that step back, take a sip of water, take the hands off the keyboard, find something different. They looked more confident that round, Digital. They really did. They tried to take the fights rather than running away from them. Early, yes, Precision ends up getting caught out, but regardless, it was just a beautiful play, and they're going to try to replicate it. Will TSM allow it is the question. Is 7 now with the Tour de Force in hand on this B side?
All right, and those 7's around in the corner now. Sabrosa first kill onto Anderson, and 7 thinking he can get a swing in, but just the pepper of bullets just puts him down before he can even round the corner. Sabrosa, he's taking Sans control, but nearest airport wants to call here. They've got something old sword, but they just slow things down to a crawl. They're not too convinced about the B side just yet. And through the smoke, was it through the smoke? Calypso finds Sabrosa. That's criminal.
Rossi still patient here. We see him in this position so frequently.
Good smoke.
He's just waiting for Corey, though, yeah. This is just a good setup.
On the flank, but they don't know this just yet. They have to speed it up. Okay, Corey gets detected. That's the go sign, especially with Rossi dead now. GMD has to do so much here. Spots out 1, gets shut down by Calypso yet again, who, by the way, with an operator on attack, is doing all the work for nearest airport. Corey, 1v3, having to jump out of Hookah as well. He steps around, position is revealed, and nearest airport, everyone's just hiding. A 3-way crossfire, giving him nothing to work with. But Calypso, the quad feed to finish it off, deserving.
Highly deserving of that. He's one of those players, maybe a little bit of life needed to go to NA. Somebody need to be that guy to just say, hey, let me take over for a second, find the momentum pick that they needed, and him with an operator is definitely the person to do that. He's consistently done it through this Premiership season. I will say, Precision is setting his team up beautifully. The assists aren't showing it, but he's using deep utility rather than that close utility, and they're starting to swing together. They know that even members like Rossi on that close corner outside of B main, I apologize, outside of B long, they know that that's kind of an expected spot for them at this point. TSM has been holding these cheeky angles, so those deep flashes, that deep utility is giving them the information that, hey, maybe we should check these close corners. Nothing is being revealed backside, and it's Calypso looking for the opening pick of the operator once again. Even TSM not really changing their sight holds too much. It's default. They're going back to what found them success, but now it's nearest airport is finding it.
Slow and steady, and honestly, just like yesterday as well with TSM Academy's coach timeouts, huge shout out to coaches. You can see how big the difference it makes. The playstyle instantly changes and they stabilize. The reset is all they need, but just as I say that, man, Leviathan swings up by himself and loses his life to Rossi. That's one of the 2 smokes, and potentially post-plant util for nearest airport. That's not the start you want coming into a round like this. Oh my goodness, Governor, don't try to get man by himself. No flashes to back him up, and they're walking in one by one. There was the Astra util just to separate the crew once again, and TSM, they're finding so much success. What is that Blastback meant to be doing? A distraction perhaps. Corey finds 1, a swing again. This guy fears nothing.
That was a beautiful play from Corey. Even the Astra play, I'll bring up the Astra again. Look at it, Digital. Look at what she could do. GMD, not only he found the first pick on the Governor, the pull able to separate one. Anderson caught from behind, but Corey here, oh my goodness. I like the creativity. Satchel trying to launch that boombot at him, but we did see the bounce back, precision on the one, and then just the ego, the confidence on to Corey here to swing again into that operator. He knew that was an op that he was facing. He didn't even care. It didn't matter. Regardless, major ultimates online as GMD does have that divide. Sabrosa with the Seekers. Rasu one away from the Viper's Pit. Major ultimates on the defender side. Everything that you could need to either defend or retake that site with ease. And it's going to be that tour de force pulled out on the side for nearest airport. Sabrosa going to gain a little bit of information. And this is the thing. TSM has no issue burning early utility to get the info, and they're not burning rotations too much. They're playing that slow game, but it's, once again, it's just going to be NA. They found a little bit of success on B, and they're right back to it.
HL forced Sabrosa off the angle, and the dog, he didn't kill the dog, and as a result, he got stunned. That was the death of him. TSM, they lose one player early on, that's the Seekers, and Sabrosa splashes Governor. He's just not having it. He blast backs in the air, and he gets killed every single time Mediac can't even touch the ground. Thankfully, the trade was there from his team. Nearest airport, they've taken the B site. Spike Toons get planted, but the Cosmic Divide is early though, and Rossi just around the corner by himself, falls prone to position, and nearest airport. I'm liking this, the respect, the patience. They're expecting TSM to pull off some nuts crazy play. Just go aggro. It hasn't happened just yet, but 2v4, it shouldn't happen. But I'm gonna hold my breath. They've pulled off some amazing things in the past. Molly's everything. GMD walks in. He gets detected by precision. Corey last player standing. That's one on the board for him. 3 more to go. A reload will give away his position. They know he's back side now. Still walking around inside the Viper's Pit. One outside Calypso at long, watching elbow, making sure all their bases are covered. Corey finally steps foot inside. He's losing HP as we speak. Precision should spot him out any moment now. The gun barrel. Corey misses a few shots. Precision for 3 in the round. Nearest airport, they get it. Still 2 behind TSM though.
Yeah, they got it. And they have the orbital strike ready for next. They were able to get on site and burn that Viper Pit, which I think was the death of TSM. 7, he got 1, and he decided to go for a second. A little bit unfortunate. If he doesn't go for that second peak, then maybe he's able to TP back site, meet up with his teammate, play that retake game. It is extremely difficult to retake B with an op in hand, because there's just too many close, tight corners to actually clear. You need your teammates cleared out first before you could be that man to clear out Garden. But regardless, that was just a great round from nearest airport, showcasing that they have life in them. But here we go. They're trying to swap it over to this A side, yet the only success that they have found has been on B. Orbital Strike could have come out, but it doesn't find much.
Really early on, but nearest airport, like you said, they haven't really set foot onto the site just yet, so I'm not too sure what the whole idea was behind that one, I'll be honest. Finally, they stomp around, and oh, dual showstoppers around. 2 Rosa ults, X2, baby. Nothing's in to happen. Chaos everywhere, util, everything. The lot, the kitchen sink. Corey finally goes down. Nearest airport, they are down a player, but TSM, they're throwing bodies at them, and they still come out on top. Calypso, last player standing, 7 to finish. TSM, trading blows, haymakers. They get another 6-3.
I'm going to say it. Nearest airport, maybe for the rest of this half, just go to the B site. You're stuck on A every time. The fact that Corey's just, they don't take control of you all. They don't have that pressure. Yes, they have a little bit of Shower's presence, but TSM is at the point where they could stack B side, knowing that the A hit for nearest airport is so short heavy. They could just use the Astra and Raze combo to delay it. By the time they actually get onto site, the retake is already there. There's nothing that they could do, and they take note of it. A little bit of an eco buy for them. Calypso back with that op in hand, which is truly the successor for them. If without it, I really feel like nearest airport is struggling a little bit, but it's going to be 7 trying to go for that pick. The op here outside of be long.
Yep, here it comes. 7 versus Calypso. A tale as old as time. Who swings first? And I guess this is peak tier 2 gameplay, isn't it now? Just staring and holding, hoping they can get something. But yeah, look, nearest airport, I gotta say, you know, aside from getting the first pick as always, Governor, he's gotta take a chill pill, man. Guy's been leaping in every single time, and well, just as I say that, he goes down. 7 is just better. That's 2 for him in this round. And Corey, you said it on map 1, I think, or map 2, Haven, whenever space is given up by nearest airport. Look what TSM does. They're so proactive. They start poking and prodding. They get deep behind the enemy lines, and that's perfect intel. The moment Corey hears something, they're done for. The rotation's already going to be there. But Nearest Airport in this round, probably just looking for a save. They're completely locked out.
Yeah, there's
no
nothing.
intel, no kills.
Nothing that they could do. It's the difference between a good team and a great team on defense is you take one part of the map, I'm just going to take the other part right from you. They're constantly putting pressure on, and it forces Nearest Airport. If they want to go B, they have to commit as hard as they possibly can. There's no rotation that's going to be available, and it was the death of NA on attack on Haven as well. You brought it up, Digital. It's the same story being written again. As this looks like it's going to be TSM's map. The lead is just going to continue to funnel their direction.
Yeah.
And at some point, if Nearest Airport can't find that 4 or 5 rounds on attack, their defense is just going to be so difficult. It's too big of a mountain to climb. And Sabrosa wants a frag. Finds one.
It's just too easy for him, man. He's just charging up his ultimate yet again. Sends Sabrosa on the hunt. And more often than not, he delivers.
I will say, ever since he has swapped to that main initiator role, he looks like such a cleaner player. It fits him perfectly. It really does. Sky, such a strong agent for him. Breach, such a strong agent for him. And you're really seeing things for this team really start to relay out perfectly. Bringing Corey in as that core duelist has been monumental for TSM. Such an amazing fragger. But how is Nearest Airport going to be able to keep up with it? I want to see Governor's plays come out. And it's unfortunate every time he satches on the site. How demoralizing is it? I don't think he's actually made it on as he just gets taken down by 7 every time.
Oh! Okay, Sabrosa missed the dog, but fortunately he had a teammate there to back him up. It's just layers, man, and they have each other's backs. Nearest Airport, despite being on the eco and whatnot, they still struggle so much right now. They're walking onto the site. The wall falls. Corey finds Governor, and the blink of an eye, the last 2 kills go in the favor of TSM. It's almost getting hard to watch.
It is. The round's finished before it even starts, and as we swap into the final round of this first half, the only thing that NA has to play around with is those Seekers. I'm going to call it right now here. It's going to be a quick Seekers hit into a fast sight hit, or it's going to be the death of NA once again. If they play slow, they just get collapsed on. It's like a tiger hunting its prey in the woods. The slower you are, the more time that TSM has to think about every situation. You can't give this team time because they will take over every single time regardless. We're going to see that stack from NA over on this B site once again, and it's just consistently, it's that Corey and GMD combo on the A side. They don't need anything else. The combo works out perfectly with that Astra. Sabrosa on the aggress once again.
Oh, Sabrosa, he should have seen Governor blast back over towards the right side. Unfortunately, don't know what happened there, and it's util out. Governor, there we go. This is what we wanted to see from peak gameplay. Running around and just entering for his team. Zero fear at all. But Corey, he has arrived. He is the man for TSM. 7 as well, getting a kill. Anderson for 1. Corey shuts him down. Whenever the backup arrives, it's just a complete shutout for Nearest Airport. There's nothing they can do. The big boys are here to play for TSM. Fake flash by precision. 7 doesn't even flinch. In fact, I don't even think he saw the flash. He was too focused in on the scope.
Too focused in on the scope. The 9-3 half. The curse is there. I don't believe in it. I want to bring something up. I don't. It's you can't believe in it.
It's cap.
Oh yeah. And, you know, it keeps the fans happy. Governor, the first time he was able to enter on site, I just want to bring Rossi somehow just stays alive here inside of smoke, and it gives the information over to Corey. Hey, there's somebody inside of this smoke with me. The fact that he stays alive in this position, he actually goes for the knife kill. It doesn't work out, but very interesting play regardless. That Viper utility, Brimstone smokes. Valorant's one of those games where when everything gets thrown onto a site, you kind of just don't even know what to look at some points. There's so much going on. It seems like Overwatch, but regardless, TSM heavily stacked over towards A here, and maybe an aggressive push-up from Governor and Leviathan. This is a risky play. High risk, high reward. If it works out, NA might find the life that they need.
Oh, no. Well, it's a frenzy. He needs the headshots. He goes to the left side. They don't see him just yet. Here's his shots. Governor, there we go. Picks up only 1. Corey found 2. Oh, my God. These raises, man. It's a bit of a raise diff right now. Calypso, what do you have for us? Can't even hit the ground before 7 pinches him out of the air. TSM, easy entry onto the sites. Sabrosa again with the flash. Guys just clowning on them right now. Anderson falls, nothing he could do. Precision still on the B site. Good luck.
Precision coming in on a long flank here. 1v. There's nothing that he could do. I want to say there's a world where he somehow clutches this up, but especially in a pistol, it's nearly impossible. Classic in hand. If it was a sheriff, yeah, it's a different story, but this is an unfortunate round for Nearest Airport. It might be the nail in the coffin. We saw NA in the first game find this round. I apologize in map 2. Sabrosa just... He's always the one. They just send him. Let's go to the front lines. Find that ultimate as fast as you can. Be that guy. He was this guy that time. That's going to be the force round. I'm curious to see if NA decides to force along with them. I'd love to see it, as it's kind of that last-ditch effort. Precision going to do it? Yeah, they decide to. If they're going to find something, it has to be this. It has to be the force v force, and they need to come out on top. Not only come out on top, but come out so strong.
It's too far gone, man. 7 rounds difference. They need to win the force, but even still, 2 rifles on TSM as well. The knife is so hard. Leviathan, first way to strike the Stinger, finds some value. The teammates hammer right to, but Corey, yes again, he finds 2. Thankfully, Precision does manage to just stave off the push for just a bit longer. The rotations can't come fast enough. The Phantoms once again get picked up, and TSM, they're down to 2, but superior gun, still come out on top. And just as to say that, Rossi bites off more than he can chew, runs straight into the crosshairs of Calypso, and GMD 1-3. We haven't seen him in a clutch situation yet, but as Astra, let's see what he has for us. 2 fake smokes, entry onto the site and into the crosshairs of 2 players, and GMD still finds them both. 20 HP. This is so doable. Precision only hits half armor. A headshot is all it will take, and the timing! Spotted Precision! And now they're both afraid of each other. One's low, one has no full armor. And GMD, all right, he confirms where Precision was, runs over to the A site, still has plenty of time to play with, get the spike down and worry about it later. And it's those 2 stars they've recharged. He's useful to play with now. A smoke, but Precision doesn't care. 0 respect, pushes right through, gets the final kill. Nearest airport, the force worked out, but it came awfully close.
Yeah, it worked out, but at what cost? You won the round. You're still going to have a little bit of economy to go into the next, but TSM's still in a good spot. You just take this round as a loss, basically. You barely buy anything, and then you have economy flowing through for the next 2. Things are still working out in their favor. I did love the creativity that came out from NA. Obviously, the aggression didn't work out in round 1, but it kind of worked out in round 2, as these caught members of TSM off guard. They weren't expecting it. At this point, they expect the unexpected. TSM, you have to see that there's going to be creative plays coming out for NA, and they're trying to do it once again. Calypso going to come out on top somehow. Governor getting a lot of damage as well.
Jimmy gets spotted. A couple more pot shots coming out. And overall, TSM, I think I have to take it slow. Inferior weapons, get their small dumps, the old swords and whatnot. Oh, Jesus Christ, did Seven even fire off a shot before he TP'd? Remarkable speed from this young lad. But nearest airport, they're comfortable right now, unless Seven can disrupt their stability just a bit.
I think at this point, 7 just trying to dwindle down a little bit of economy. It's still going to be good for nearest airport in the next round. That bomb inching over towards the B site. And TSM's playing the long game. Oh my goodness, 7. They don't even peek. They don't even try to trade it. They don't even know that Sabrosa is here until this dog comes out as well.
And the dog from Sabrosa, it caught one of the players and stuns them. But TSM, for all intents and purposes, trying to walk over towards the B site, and Rossi. Sheriff versus the judge. They spot each other's shoulders. And the one pump deals the deal. 7 now on the last legs. 1 bullet in the chamber as well. Haha, chamber. Well, what a pun. But regardless.
It's sad. It's sad that nearest airport is scared to peek him in a 1 versus 3, and he only has a headhunter with 1 bullet. They don't want to peek him.
Well, he has a sheriff with a slightly different headhunter. It's a shoulder as well. That's a freebie. But 10 seconds. The spike so far away, and the judge long distance as well. It still gets it. 1 pump. Not bad.
Yeah, 70 HP. Should get that realistically. That's an extremely successful round for TSM. It doesn't dwindle the economy too much, but it takes that bonus out of question here. No ultimates are online because of, but somehow actually TSM's the one that comes out with a little bit of better ult life. Especially on the attacker side, you're going to have the advantage on these orbs to actually get them before you enter in. So Corey might be able to find himself the showstopper to enter onto B. Such a pivotal ult on B site to have that double satchel out of hookah and that pressure to allow Long to actually enter along with you. It's a world where it could happen, and it looks like TSM may be setting up for it. As Rossi going to go ahead and throw out that smoke to create the A-side pressure. It's just going to be Corey Leviathan here for it, but the damage heavily going over towards the nearest airport.
Oof. Okay, Leviathan took a small hit there. Too bad though. Early engagements, damage traded back and forth. Thankfully, the skies on both teams, so any damage can just be patched right up ASAP. And TSM gonna give B side a crack. Early intel shows the Octagon's clear, and Hookah slightly defended, not too heavily though. It's a bit of a stark contrast to how both teams play the defense. And as you can see right now, they're heavily situated over towards B. No space taken over towards A. The double swing Governor takes down Corey. That's a big hitter for TSM. Through the smoke comes 7. And he will fall towards death. The last 2 plays, a flash gets dodged. GMD walks towards death. That's with the spike as well. Rossi's here to back up Sabrosa, but maybe this round's too far gone.
Definitely too far gone. I honestly think TSM saves in this position. Rosa has the operator in hand. Maybe just take that step back as he's waiting for some sort of an aggressive. Calypso just says, no, thank you. You're not taking that in the next round. Took him to the grave. Rossi, the last man back. There's nothing for him to do here, Digital.
Oh boy, here comes Anderson.
He doesn't want to get rid of that judge.
At this distance, surely not. What's a dig? Rossi's scared now. Rossi's scared. One more is all it takes. He's so low, and his teammates are there to pick up the slack.
Hey, you lose the judge for the next round. He doesn't need to save it anymore. Actually, I believe he bought another one, or he bought a teammate because his economy's quite low. We might see. I think Andrew. Yeah, he goes back in with a judge here, about to have the Viper Pit available, but that was a risky round for TSM. They went for that slow and methodical approach, and they just took the bet that Corey was just going to walk into hookah and somehow come out with frags. You can't bet on one person to give you all of the life. This is what gave TSM the life against TSM Academy at the same time in their matchup on Vine, where if it wasn't for individual members of TSM absolutely popping off, they didn't win the game.
At the same time, Corey had no one to back him up as well. This time, though, Corey dives onto the site with the ultimate in the air and still fires it off. He gets a kill, duking around, being the human flashbang while his teammates clear the site. Seekers get popped, and that's a gun picked up by Sabrosa. Spike to get planted, and this judge now on the retake. That's going to be problematic. And the Viper's Pit as well for Rossi.
If they put it down, then the judge has a life. The judge could just walk in now.
TSM takes down Calypso. 7 is a monster with the classic again. Governor explodes 7, but GMD to get the final kill. Oh my goodness. That is fast and decisive. Quantity over quality at times with TSM. Pedal to the metal. And that's a thrifty round. 11-6. They're nearing that 2-1.
They thrive in chaos. They truly thrive in chaos is what it seems. And TSM is beginning to be the ones creating it. The fact that Corey enters sight there and still finds one. He was taking a one shot on entry and actually almost gets the shots off as well. But it's just going to be Sabrosa right there to back him up. Beautiful play by TSM in the end. And we're actually going to see Calypso forced to go in with that tour de force. And Anderson, another judge back in hand. The Viper Pit was popped by TSM previously, but the divide available and possibly already getting set up towards this A side.
Oh, Corey, there you go. There's a jump in and into the crosshairs of Anderson, the judge. The one pump, he needed a second one. Otherwise, he would have been in a lot of trouble there. The Roomba, the phantom second man from beyond the grave. Cosmic Divide comes through, though. A flash, perhaps, and 7 still trying to pick off someone. Leviathan jumping back and forth for some info right next to the Cosmic Divide. Sabrosa not pushing just yet. Spot a few arms. And that's it. Spike Planter has been killed. Governor goes down, trades his life for it, though. And Anderson being such a little rat playing inside his ulti with the judge.
7 gets around him.
Just outside as well. That is true. He does get around them, but the spike, you're too scared to plant it. A judge could pop at any moment and just clap you. 7 swings out. He doesn't even care. He still gets a kill. Things get harder and harder. It's all down to last player, Anderson, who finds 7. My bad, actually. Or his nearest airport with the advantage. 7 by himself. Okay, they get another round, but still, they have to get 4 rounds back to back.
4 rounds.
Not hard. I mean, it's not easy.
In this world, nearest airport's looking at overtime. You have to give at least one more round over to TSM. Yeah, you want to hope that you just go flawless here and find the win. But realistically, TSM's going to be able to find one more. But they burned all the rest of their ultimates there. They have nothing at their disposal. If nearest airport finds this one, they throw him back on an eco, and they are able to start relaying those rounds back to back to back. But Leviathan has that orbital strike available, and TSM taking the note, hey, maybe let's go back to the B side. Same thing with nearest airport that we saw on their attacker side. There's not a lot of success to be had on A. These teams are locking it down too well, and Corey actually going with the judge for himself, maybe knowing that he's trying to clear out that close-in hookah.
7, he doesn't care. He's going to go right through. And the orbital strike as well seems to clear up a few angles. Anderson jumps in, good for 1 onto Rossi. And that's potentially the Viper Ball out of the equation. for TSM could prove to be problematic later on in the round. And Leviathan sprays through, finally takes down Sabrosa. Corey with the judge, long distance shooting, praying for the best. Clean round for Nearest Airport. 8-11, they're closing the gap slowly but steadily. And TSM, I think they're flat broke.
They are. They're flat broke. They can go into a couple of half buys here. And I don't think they get another ultimate this entire game. This is Nearest Airport's in their hands. If they're going to lose, they're going to be the ones that become the death of themselves. And Anderson with his judge, for some reason, has found monumental picks. The first one that he found was 7 on that entry. Yeah, he got instantly traded out, but he lost that momentum that TSM had on the entry. They didn't have that person who was consistently finding the opening frag for them. Is he sitting at 22-10 at the moment on Chamber on attack? Governor going to get spotted out, though.
Poor Governor, that op shot missed the dog, and as a result, that was definitely Governor. A Vandal potentially handed over as well. Calypso gets a second retribution, revenge, and 7 just pushes right through, doesn't even care yet again. Near simple, they fall against another eco. TSM are so good on these rounds. I swear to God, they need this for Nearest Airport, and they're just falling short. Precision on his lonesome now. It was just like a series of unfortunate events. The trickle-down effect, missing the dog resulted in the death, and then it's just madness, chaos, and like you said, TSM, they thrive in these moments. A judge in the hands of Sabrosa, as long as the range advantage can favor him, he might not be able to get a kill. And he got precision, leaps right in off of a flash, but the time is ticking away too much, and having to clutch against 7, this is a very intimidating prospect. And as I say that, precision, easy peasy, doesn't even sweat at all, and the defuse,
he gets it. What a play from Precision. The 1 versus 3 clutch. The fact that Sabrosa doesn't find this kill, that's a judge. That's a close corridor fight with Judge. He wasn't flashed, and Precision just somehow gets the jump peak. Beautifully played. You can't kill somebody by shooting at their toes. And 7, there's not much he could do there. He was stuck in the corner the entire time, which is unfortunate. He was able to get in showers. It's a different story, but that was just beautifully played by Precision and a monumental round for Nearest Airport. They lose that one. They give up that Thrifty. You just say GG. Hopefully we see you again at some point in this playoff bracket. That was a huge round, but it does farm Rossi, that Viper Spit on the attacker's side. So now that TSM has these rifles in hand, 7 operator versus operator.
Oh, God. I swear to God, 7 had that angle first. Regardless, though, good on Calypso to get the first kill into 7. A big issue in the sides of Nearest Airport.
Like this slow push, but it sets up Leviathan.
Yeah, that's true. Anderson, the judge, sneaky beaky. Once that smoke goes down,
this Odin's going to rain down fire.
Oh no, they're too far away. The judge is good for nothing on the side, but Leviathan has been aware of something. Spots out 1, sprays down Rossi. The transfer instantly, just with good measure. GMD is close. Spike goes down. Anderson's there around the corner. They're struggling just a bit. Corey, tunnel vision's a bit, and he still picks up 2 and maybe 3. Leviathan juking around the box. Sabrosa, what do you have for us? Clutch Master, he has nothing. 1 to 3. Double digits also for Nearest Airport. They're catching up to TSM.
Catching up. Not only catching up, but this is another eco round. This is it. If does TSM force it? This is... I never expected this. Thank you. The timeout called by the coach from TSM. This is where we normally see those turnarounds digital. We've seen it so many times in this playoff bracket specifically. As once a team has called these timeouts, they do find so much life. And we saw Nearest Airport, they didn't find their first round of this game until after that timeout was called. They haven't burned it on this defender side because the life has been there for them. Ultimate stacking their direction. Leviathan about to have that orbital strike. Precision already with the Seekers available. But on the other side, there is a world now because Nearest Airport has found this comeback that ultimates can start funneling back towards TSM. There's still a lot of life here for them to find the 2 here. It's possible. It's possible Nearest Airport could find 1, burn the ultimates that they have, and if they do, TSM's going to have theirs to find not only their 12th, but possibly the 13th afterwards.
Yeah.
There's so many different variables that go into this, but I think TSM, they can't really get that sight hit unless they're on that Thrifty when they're moving so fast. They're not able to have that slow and methodical sight hit like we saw Nearest Airport able to do on their attacker side. That's the big difference here.
I'll be honest, TSM, they might just have it. Juvenile's tactical timeouts have been absolute gold for TSM this entire series. They are in the eco, but we've seen what TSM can do on these ecos. They just go right into their faces, and more often than not, they come out on top. The only question is the ultimates. Do you expend them now to guarantee this round win and get match points? Or do you potentially use it, still lose the round, and basically screw yourself over towards the end? Sabrosa, though, takes down Calypso. That's not a good start on Nearest Airport. Oh, dearie me.
They haven't even been able to find that op. The op duel, and Sabrosa just needed a sheriff. That's what they needed the whole time. Now he has the entry pick. He's here.
Silence across the map. Good paint shells. A little bit of chip damage, and the dog to come out as well. Governor, we'll shut this down real quick. Corey! Oh my goodness! With the showstopper, just I don't know, maybe force pressure. Governor out of the angle, and blast back mid-air. Sabrosa catches him. Clay pigeon shooting, Spike to go down, TSM, not another eco. Thankfully, Orbital Strike is there to put the angle. Anderson, the judge, ever so present. Good for a while. Around the corner, though, he's not expecting a second. Perhaps the TP from GME to get the hell out of dodge. 7 on the flip side. He's made his way so deep behind the enemy lines over towards the B side. Leviathan takes down Sabrosa, but 7, he is a big issue for them to deal with. And Corey, Anderson's so low, just has to get a shot, and he's done for. Precision on his lonesome. 7 caught Leviathan. Not like this, man. Another corner. That's GMD already waiting for precision. How does TSM continuously get these eco rounds?
They thrive in chaos, Digital. That's why whenever it feels like they just shouldn't do it, somehow they're able to. Just honestly, they should just go into this next round. Drop the guns. Drop the rifles. You don't need them. They've had more success on attack on their eco rounds than every rifle round combined. It's not even a comparison at this point. 7 about to have that tour de force. But more than anything, GMD about to have that divide on the attacker side. They burned the orbital strike in the hands of Nearest Airport in the previous round. So they're really only working with those seekers in the hands of precision. The Viper pick going to go down on that A site. And it's TSM. A lot of pressure outside of B.
The Rumbas. And the Secrets rendezvous and kiss. But things are super tense right now. Nearest Airport, they want everything they can have. Precision running and gunning. Takes down 7. He walks through by himself off of a flash. But Corey strikes right back onto Governor, who's just having a tough time in this matchup, I'm not gonna lie. TSM, they're starting to feel a bit confident now, and B-side smells ripe for the picking. Anderson's ult over towards A. Good for nothing almost, unless TSM rotates into it. Leviathan finds GMD. That's a great start. And maybe this is the rotation.
That's a bold peek, and it forces them to push into this Viper pit. Anderson, I don't think he's bought a different gun than that judge this entire defender side, and it's worked out beautifully for him. This is his moment to showcase it once again. Is Corey trying to create that B-side pressure? They need Corey to show something to stop this rotation.
If his back is turned, okay. The bros saw the trademark, pops it, and it's high alert time now for Anderson. Calypso gets a dink, but at least he takes down Corey. That came too close for comfort. TSM, they're bleeding players now on match point. 2v4. It's possible, just highly unlikely. 20 seconds, maybe they want to just play it safe. They're Econ. It's seen better days potentially for Sabrosa and Rossi. If they die, I'm not too sure if his teammates can even buy them back. And yeah, pushing into Viper's pit, it's just... well, it's too intimidating.
Such a smart trademark as well, right at the start of that Viper's pit. Oh!
Okay.
Leviathan. Risky. Conway's not in the best spot, but I don't think it bites Nearest Airport as they're still sort of healthy regardless. This might be going to overtime here. These are lighter buys in the hands of TSM. You're not going to see that operator. I do apologize. 7 has the tour de force. He does see the operator and the Phantom, but... not going to see that main op, not going to have that extreme amount of pressure with the limited bullets, but regardless, Calypso has his for his own. And Nearest Airport didn't burn any ultimates other than the Viper pit in that round. It's not replicable. Yeah, you're not going to be able to force TSM to that B site and make the rotation A impossible, but they're already stacking over towards A. They know that's where TSM found life. See if Sabrosa finds that opening pick that they needed beforehand.
Leviathan runs it! This is going to be big! He finds 2! That's a game changer for Nearest Airport. That's kind of what they needed. And that's a couple of ultimates down. That's Sabrosa's support util down. But rest in peace. For TSM, there is still the Cosmic Divide, and there is still the Viper's Pit. As soon as they get sight and put down those ultis,
Divide.
they still have a chance of winning it. Here it comes. Cosmic Divide, close range, and Viper Spin as well. Secure the spike plant and put the pressure onto Nearest Airport on the retake. Anderson, he hasn't even bought another gun yet. He's still on the judge for crying out loud. Corey, the timing could be perfect. But Anderson goes inside the pit, and he will meet his death. The spike wasn't even tapped. But there is still the ultimate, the showstopper, which is on the rotation of a real quick. GMD gonna guarantee the spike plant. Let's just see how this plays out. Showstopper deployed. Corey in the air. Governor. Oh my goodness. How he's still alive through the TP as well. The tracking missile doesn't end his life. Has already been defused. We're going into overtime, baby.
We are going to overtime. Bros don't fake the pressure. Corey forced to back away. That was such a risky play. Ends up satcheling into the teleporter and makes it so that pressure that TSM absolutely needed outside of A short was gone. For those showers plants, if people don't know, if you don't have that pressure elsewhere, it's almost a free defuse. You could basically just hold the front line on defense while defusing, spray and pray, and make it so nobody could beat that corner with it being wall bangable. As soon as they lose that, they lose the round. Overtime is the best way to end this series. Nearest airport taking map 1, 13-11 on Ascent. Then moving into Haven, TSM finding the win 13-8. 12-12. Winner moves on to winners finals, the MCT Premiership bracket. It's anybody's game right now, Digital, but 7 going with that op glass cannon on the defender side. I love to see it. And that's going to be nearest airport. They favored B on attack, already making their way over.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this isn't elimination just yet.
No, not yet.
There's a lot of pride on the line as well, you know? And nearest airport, they're getting ever so much closer to striking down a Giants. Last time, they fell just short, but this time, though, the 3 mappers, the OT in the final round. 7 catches position out in the open. That's not what you want. 7 gets Leviathan as well, trying to jump into the TP. This guy just does not miss. The B-sides rush. Governor 1-to-1 doesn't even spot out GMD. The bleeding players, the first round of the OT, and it's like this. Anderson and Calypso. I don't know, man. This is so hard for them. They're individually so isolated. The util from TSM as well. They're so coordinated. They will rush them as a team. And there you go. Calypso, he's going to get booped at the push position from Corey. The clear, the shots, and Anderson, he's off-site. He's playing post-fight lineups in the 1v5. I'm going to say good luck.
Does it hit? I don't know if it... Yeah, it's out. Doesn't hit.
Next round. Go next.
Yeah. This is where you see the thrives in chaos. The last time we saw TSM in overtime, they instantly 2-0'd nearest airport. That's the last time we saw them in an overtime matchup, is they thrive under this pressure. Maybe it's what they needed. They wanted it to be a close game. They're trying to entertain us, but Calypso going in with the operator glass cannon once again. We saw it persevere massively for TSM previously, with 7 finding 2 amazing entry picks to deny that A-side push from nearest airport. But it's going to be them stacking that A side once again, and they have that op on B. That's the difference right here, is it was that quick play to swap 7 over to that A side before the round started. Only time will tell.
Calypso glass cannon trying to replicate maybe what 7 did previously. The paint gel trade. Governor, that's ballsy. Leaps right in there, gets the kill onto Corey. A big frag of a TSM. It's a good start to the second round of OT.
Leviathan, such a risky push up here.
Guys just going stupid crazy, and honestly, it has worked. That's 1, almost the second, but Rossi reacted just in time, thankfully. GMD's gone, but still, 4v3.
Still have numbers advantage over on this A side, but they haven't pulled the rotation yet, and it's beginning to income. This is nearest airport. They have it under control. It has to be a member of TSM to somehow come out with 2. You can't just be traded out here. You need to stay alive and find at least 1 more afterwards.
I swear to God, 7 is just going to swing around the angle off of, like, the Bros' flash. Maybe. Okay, so U-Haul control. Rossi swings, gets the first. Governor boops him around the corner. 7 pinches at the same time. TSM, in these situations, they have full composure. They're so good at this. Governor, the swing, catches 1. Tries to go for the second, but now a 4v3 just turned into a 1v2. Calypso has to do us all for OT, for glory. The Viper spin as well. There's not like this. Maybe there's a role in which you can do it. Scope in, gets the first kill on the 7. 1-to-1, Rossi versus Calypso. Rossi's inside his stomach. What? Calypso through the smoke. He's chased blindly and just catches Rossi. Is this how it go? It's just another OT.
Oh my goodness. He had no way of knowing. He had 0 clue that he was in the area. Calypso, what a beautiful first pick. He had that op glass cannon, and he goes to the point where he just needs to find some rifle. He gets it up, and he just takes the pot shot through the Viper's pit and finds the kill. Oh my goodness. Timeout going to be called by nearest airport here. is that was a monumental turnaround. They were seconds away from not finding it, and in the end, they were able to do it. Beautifully played. This is anybody's game right now, Digital. It's anybody's game. We do have a disconnect on the side of TSM as well, so going to be rejoining us here in just a moment. But regardless, I think it comes down to who dominates on attack a little bit more. I think that's just what it is. That was a close round for TSM, and it has to be scary for Nearest Airport that was that close from just the quick 2-0.
What the hell, man? Like, you said this a while ago, right? And at times, Nearest Airport, it looks like they're afraid to go for these peaks and challenges for either intel or whatnot against TSM. Meanwhile, for TSM, they are relatively confident, and at times, that pressure, it just gives them a huge advantage. They can walk so deep onto site without expending any util, and then just put together a game plan. Rosa calling, the flash, the pinch and whatnot, and they just swing the tide into their favor. But that round, that was ridiculous. That should not have happened. I couldn't even believe that Calypso managed to pull that off. But regardless, we keep going.
We keep going. We're going to be jumping right back into it. No operator and Glass Cannon coming out here, actually. That's the big difference, is we are jumping back into this round. Tech has come to an end. Actually, do apologize.
Oh, well, it's not a online tournament without some issues now, is it?
Give us 2 seconds here.
Oh, dearie me. Devin and Corey, hard-hitting players for the entirety of TSM for this entire series. And now in OT, look at them just top-fragging across the board, outshining just about everyone. These two new pickups, it's brilliant. Devin as well, and Corey, should they have the new Champions Phantom, by the way. First time seeing it live, fully upgraded, red and glowing. It has to make you feel good. It's a confidence boost. Regardless, into another round of OT we go. The pressure, it does not stop.
We'll be jumping back into. We have a little bit of a technical issue, but it will be figured out here in just a moment. Yes, you have to. We have to revert the round back one. Yeah. It needed to be reverted. A little bit of a technical issue. The round should not have started, so we are just going to revert back to exactly where we were in the previous round, going back to that 13-13. Getting everything figured out. Teams did decide to play, but technically it should not have actually started. So we will just be reverting the round. We do apologize for the inconvenience, but that's just the way it goes here. It's nothing that we can do, as we will just be moving right back into it here in just a moment. So we'll calm it down. Back to 13. Double overtime coming in for TSM FTX versus Nearest Airport. Anybody could take it, as we do see us back at that even mark once again. And it's going to be Nearest Airport pushing heavily towards this B site.
All right, the OT momentum slightly reset. But look at TSM, once again, super proactive on the space taking. Running over towards the B sites, and Nearest Airport, they're all grouped up together. 5 players strong. Either they fall together, or they actually manage to take down TSM. So Bros is there to join them as well on this fast flank. The smokes, they're so good with those. It has to be spotted by someone. Leviathan might have seen something, but around the corner, he may just be clueless. Or it could be Corey who falls for it. Corey clears the angle. Leviathan goes down. This is bad. The flank's already here. Anderson takes down 7. They have to go fast. The emergency TP over towards the A site. Livioni going into fight, and he makes it out alive. But not without Sabrosa taking down 2 of his teammates. A site, Spike can't get planted unless GMD has anything to say about it. No, it's on the other side, but GMD, he could be unexpected.
He's definitely unexpected. This is such a long anchor, but Precision going down the aggressive. Rosa Governor going to be able to take him down. These numbers are even.
Rossi around the corner, may not be expecting this, and there you go, Precision. He's the one that's unexpected. All down to GMD now. They don't know where he is. Here comes a star. It's a smoke. He's gonna try and tap it. This is ambitious. There's the bloody showstopper right now from Governor, and it explodes at GMD's feet. Nearest airport, they take the lead yet again, but there's still more overtime to be played.
This is actually Nearest Airport at match point once again. We have not seen them at match point. They're the ones who have brought it back to this position every single time. As TSM, they're looking to find themselves here. That was not the defensive round. I apologize. Yeah, it was not the defensive round that we saw in the first overtime. That was a lot of control gained by Nearest Airport here, as 7 going to be going in with the glass cannon op. On attack Digital, completely unexpected on the attacker's side, as you do see them heavily stacked towards this B site. Corey going to be making his way up. There's a lot of pressure outside of Long. Regardless, not too much going to come of it.
Zero fear from the top fraggers right now for TSM. Corey's still feeling himself. He does't care. Look at this. No one's swinging either. What is going on? Corey, free entrance to the side onto position. Anderson still holding a snake bite. And as the man, here's a step up now. One for him. Pulls out the knife. He goes down. Rossi for the trade. Spike to go down. And here comes a mulling to get him off the default plant spot. But Nearest Airport. Oh no, they kind of fumbled the ball a little bit there. I'm not going to lie.
GMT making his way over. This is where you see the Astro Stars. Perfect concuss, but Governor still gets him.
Taking a page out of Corey's playbook, leaping right in there and still wins the duel. Numbers equals 3 to 3, 7 glass cannon, still gets the kill, Sabrosa as well, all down to Calypso. The risk going into another overtime, the flash.
Yep.
Sabrosa, easy peasy tracking in the air.
Easy tracking. That was a great post-plant hold. I think it comes down, yeah, GMD gets caught out, but that concuss delays the second man in and allow just 1 extra second for TSM to set themselves up. 7 beautifully played, patient with that operator in hand, and you see it persevere. That op glass cannon on attack is such a risky play. He was looking for the entry pick for his team, and in the end, he was the successor on the B side. But I want to see Nearest Airport go for these I shouldn't use this word, but you know, lack of brain peaks here. When Leviathan was just pushing in and just finding things that he shouldn't find, doing the unexpected, is when we saw Nearest Airport dominating on defense, and they're looking to do it once again. TSM stacking back towards that A side. I think Sabrosa needs to keep up this pressure on B and maybe even trade out his life to a certain extent to open up A for them. He may be doing it. It's one flash, and the rotation is there, Digital.
Yeah, perhaps. Oh, goodness gracious, man. Devin's always so comfortable on the glass cannon, and I don't know. I feel like they should be giving him some more respect. This guy does not miss. Where's the util to lead the way? Oh no. Nearest Airport, just when you think they have some form of control, TSM just dominate on them. Realistically, it's individual players, but still, nonetheless. Anderson, what do you have for us? Nothing. Sabrosa with the wide swing. Just puts him down. Corey, what the hell is that, man? And Rossi, oh, sorry, on the other side of the map, it's Precision behind the enemy lines, but once a 5 and the defense has already been stuck, it's kind of like deja vu now.
Yeah, there's nothing Precision could do. It's unfortunate. Tried to find that lurk on the outside, but Precision just going to find one. 7 going to finish it off, and TSM just exchanging match point for themselves here. Looking like these teams, they're just going back and forth. Nearest Airport finds one, TSM finds one, back to back to back to back. Regardless, what do you see here, Digital? Double off glass cannon.
You know,
double. They're going with both.
And 7. If it works, just keep it going. But here's the thing, right? You said earlier on, sometimes the defense for Nearest Airport, just go for those no-brain monkey plays. It works because it's unexpected. And they would have liked to close it out earlier on off of those plays. But now I think TSM, they're a little bit more wary of it. And probably more happy to expend util just to guarantee, you know, these angles get checked and no one's going to do some crazy, wacky plays. I don't think it'll work again.
I don't think so. There's not really a world where the creativity in overtime does work. You have to play that safe game. But at this point, you're going into, you know, you need to find this win. And what do you know? Here's Leviathan. What a off angle. Nobody holds this. Right next to the TP. If he gets swung, he just takes TP and he opens up A site. It's a risky play, but he does decide to back away as they're just waiting. TSM is waiting to see if NA is going to give them that entry pick that they need.
That's a lot of footsteps over towards the A site. Sabrosa once again getting the old orb just to have that extra util to play late. Round 7, he's going to hit that. Governor, you gotta be careful. Nice heads up paint challenge just to force him off the angle. Oh, Governor! Wall bang! Takes down 7. That's a big hitter gone. But now Sabrosa, he's expecting the operator. And in OT, we know this guy can hit the shots. Governor, the moment he jumps, Sabrosa can hit this. I can guarantee you. That's what that. Oh. The swing, I take it back. It wasn't a jump, it was a wide swing. Leviathan gets the better of him. Nearest airport, they have a slight advantage. GMD puts him down to rest. Calypso onto Corey. The double glass kind of operator coming in the clutch. Governor taking page out of Corey's playbook. Dunks on them, and he just finishes off TSM. 15-15, yet another overtime.
Back to back to back to back. It's never going to end, Digital. These teams, they won it. You said, yeah, there's not a lot on the line, but there is. Moving into winner's bracket gives you the biggest, moving into winner's finals gives you the biggest safety blanket long-term in this bracket. It truly does. This is where you see the top end competition battling it out for a reason, because once you make it into winner's finals, you go straight into that technically third place match into grand finals. It's there regardless, and you have the momentum, and most of the time, you end up seeing the same team that you saw in winners finals if you do lose it. So it's very back and forth. A 7 with the operator, he's the one on the aggressor. There's a lot on the line.
Oh, 7 gets forced off the angle. Now that's the respect I'm talking about. Usually you will force him off these angles. You can't let him take these first initial engagements because he's going to put you down to rest. And by the way, 7 and Corey, 2 players, 30 bombing, and at the very end in OT, nearest airport, they're really starting to come alive.
Does decide to just back away, and this is the risk of this glass cannon op play. Is they just revealed this on the A site. Look at this stack from TSM at the moment. If nearest airport just says go, we get over to B, they're only fighting Sabrosa. Sky doesn't have any delay utility. It's just one flash, and that's exactly what they're doing. This is a risky bet from TSM.
Look at this as well. Nearest airport, they know when they show a lot of pressure over towards one side of the map. TSM, more often than not, they take position on the other side. They start pushing aggressively on defense. They're so wary of it now.
They're playing against time right now. It's going to have to just be a full A-side hit as fast as they can. They have to fight to even get this bomb down. 30 seconds remaining.
But it is bind. There is the TP. He can still rotate fast. Governor into the face of Corey. 7 strikes yet again. Spike is down, and TSM, they're coming on top. 7 just landing shots after shots after shots. This guy does not miss. He has the classic out for crying out loud. And GMD catches Anderson crab walking. Sabrosa, that was the easiest kill of his career.
Easy one. Bundle it right in, farm it a little bit, find the confidence going into next, but can they hold themselves on attack? It's such a weird back and forth because we saw teams shine through on defense. Isn't it unexpected, Digital? It was such a heavy defender side from either team. It just really comes down who could win attack. TSM just won attack. Now can they do, I apologize, they just won defense. Can they win on attack? Can they be that quick? Now,
but TSM, 7 operator, he just keeps going, man, especially on defense. He's about to force the bomb. His VLR stats are going to look so good. I'm not going to lie. Anderson, just a little bit of a stopgap on the aggression over towards the A side. The dog, though, to follow in. The wallbang not quite in time. Corey running it in, spraying and praying. Yo, Joker Anderson burns down 7. Line swing onto Corey. Rossi goes down. TSM, the bleeding players, but 2v4. They can still win this yet. I wouldn't count these players out. But Leviathan fast playing with his teammate as well. This is it. Another OT. Come on, man. I need the bathroom.
They don't even know that they're in the area. Swing gonna come. They're just waiting. Make a show to it. 16-16. This might be one of the longest overtimes we've seen in the Premiership this season. Usually as soon as it gets in there, every OT we've seen has just been an instant closeout directly afterwards. Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to delay the series afterwards. Things are just going so much longer than they should have. 2 top dogs, 2 titans just battling back and forth. Who could swing harder? I do like the fact TSM went for a very aggressive A-side push there. They didn't go for that rotation play, try to pull people off of different sites. They just went for it. Didn't work out in the end, but maybe that's what somebody needs on attack. Just turn your brain off. Just go, find frags, shoot your gun, win the round, win the game. That's my best anecdotal standpoint right now, because attack needs to change for both sides.
Maybe. Too much thinking in a game this long might be the death of them. GMD, he's stunned and he's pressured. Governor just leaping around. There's the monkey play. You will call him 4. And Corey as well. He tunnel visions. Anderson, the super slow patience pays off. Sabrosa's just sending it in. All right, nearest airport. They're looking so good now in this round of OT. Rossi and 7. Not finding much value, especially with the operator for $7. I take it back. Shuts down Calypso instantaneously. Rossi is already on the spike. They don't know this just yet, but he needs his teammate to help him out ASAP. The shot's narrowly missing onto Precision's head. 2 players, the buddy system on both sides. Postman lineups as well. Nano swarms, mollies. Rossi, good for one. Doesn't know where the other is though. And the Governor still leaping out like a maniac with the judge. TSM 7, unbelievable with the operator. Guys playing COD 4. With his quick scopes. And here comes the molly. He sees it coming from a mile away. Anderson as well with the Phantom, just as they insurance policy. Time is ticking away. It's done. 7 can't clutch us out, surely.
Nah, there's nothing that he could do. That post-man Molotov, that's where you see Brimstone coming to play long-term, is that's the first time Nearest Airport has even taken advantage of the post-plant Molotov. They haven't really been in a position on attack to even use it due to TSM's defense being so good. But regardless, we just saw one team finally win out on attack and win out dominantly. How is TSM gonna just swing it back their direction? I don't know if they're gonna be able to. As this is where we saw Nearest Airport look so good. Their crosses have been unbelievable on A side, and TSM hasn't even been able to enter out on B. This is gonna have to be a frag competition. A member of TSM needs to put their team on the back and be the entry that they need. They need to be that guy, and NA already on the aggress.
37 kills for 7. 37! Oh my god.
This is just a
Nearest
patient
Airport,
game.
no, I gotta say, some can say they are punching above their weight, but honestly, I'm liking what I'm seeing. They have what it takes to go toe-to-toe against TSM. When Haven is a bit of a different issue, but look, at the start of Bind, I'm not gonna lie, they were looking a little bit rough.
They were looking. I truly thought the game was going to go heavily in TSM's direction at one point, and then similar to what we saw on Ascent, as soon as Nearest Airport finds the life that they need, they really don't look for it. It's a slow build-up, and once they get there, they're just so good. They're not punching out of their weight class. They're deserving of this. There's a reason they're a top 15 team in North America.
And you know as well, 9-3 first half. Oh my god, dude, Jesus Christ. Maybe. Calypso catches Rossi. The Viper Wall's gone. No cheeky lurks over towards the A side, and Governor, he's still lying in wait. He's aware of the stoke, but Governor is just faster. A blast back in case there's more.
30 seconds.
But that is his escape options out. He leaves a fast swing and gets the call to Governor. Okay. It's a start. A side's relatively unguarded. Calypso needs something here, but if he tunnel visions over towards main, he's not going to see 7 swinging out from showers. Devin, there you go. Easy peasy onto Calypso. 10 seconds left. This is it. This is go time. But Leviathan, get the spike blaster. He's waiting, and 7 knew what was happening. He swings in, saves his teammate. 2v2 now. 7 is going to do it all by himself. Precision finally takes him down, puts him to rest. 40 bomb for 7.
We've seen Nearest Airport in this position before. We've seen him in this position before. No Viper Spit, though.
Ah, he's gone the wrong way. He doesn't know. He thinks they're playing post-plant lineups or something. Well, they don't have lineups, but he thinks they're off-site, so far off. Precision going the wrong way, mate. He doesn't have the info. He's too scared to use flashes and whatnot. He's like checking for post-plant lineups. The flash. U-Haul is dangerous, but no, there's GMD. Precision still gets the kill. 1 more to go. Sabrosa around the corner, flash, but Sabrosa an expert in these situations. Just play it slow. Yeah, Spike takes away too much. Precision. No way he can win it. Another overtime.
Another overtime. We go again. We go again. We always continue to go again. What a game. If you are not entertained, I don't understand what will make you entertained. This is unbelievable. But in the end,
Oh, man.
I love this. We're not seeing that op anymore. Just throw it out of the mix. It was successful in the beginning. We can't see it again. There's no way to even dive into this analytically because there's no change that could really be made. It just comes down to who is going to make that mistake. Who's the one that makes that misstep? In the end, the fact that TSM brought that round, that was a 3v5. They brought it back for themselves. Beautifully played in the end. And it's going to be NA trying that B-side hit for the first time in a while.
You know what I think the difference maker is right now? Because in OT, both teams, they have money continuously, right? So they can always full pipe. TSM, they aren't on ecos. That's why they're trading rounds now.
That's true. Maybe they should just go into this, yeah, let's just go Stinger Spectres. Let's just run it down and see how it goes. It has shown them a lot of success. Like we said it, what, 2 overtimes ago? Maybe just turn your brain off at this point. In this long of a game, you can't just, this isn't a game of brain at the moment. Just who's going to be that guy? Who's going to make the mistake on the other end and get capitalized on? As we even see these teams on attack now going for the super defaulty approach, waiting for the mistake to be made. We saw Nearest Airport make the mistake in the previous round, and now TSM doesn't want to be those people.
Well, a teller's all this time. 7 on the operator. He hits those. He hits those. You have to use Usul to force him off the angle. You cannot dry swing him. Oh my lordy. GMD inside the smoke. He could be a game changer position though. Takes down 7. Finally putting him to rest. GMD swings. He's good for 1. Nades come through. And it's just madness. And in chaos, you've always said it. TSM, they find success. Last man standing, Calypso, 1v3. 10 seconds left though, and no one's swinging him. Corey knows exactly what to do. The spike plant, almost impossible, unless a swing can happen. But no, Corey will shut him down, and TSM, they finally take the lead in overtime.
Finally take the lead. I mean, they've taken it 2 or 3 times in this overtime. I don't even know how many we're at this point, but I do see Calypso go back in with that operator. One thing I would love to see, we're not seeing any orb funnels. We're not seeing trying to take showers control, get that orb, have Corey be the entry, maybe find a pick, get the showstopper. We're not seeing any changes like that. It's just that, yeah, it's just that default approach. Like, I want to see one of these teams try to funnel a major ultimate available. We had opportunity to see the Viper Pit, but it didn't get placed, I believe, in the second OT. But Calypso looking for an aggressive pick with the op. He's not going to be able to find it. Boombot gains the information, though, with the TP. They have to expect that was an op in the area.
Leviathan, he's the one going for the ult as well, but this is good. Inherently, you know, in overtime, the ultimates and orbs, it favors the attack side because 1 kill, one orb, and a plant, that's the ultimate guaranteed. But however, for Leviathan, he wants to basically secure 2 more kills to have the orbital strike later in the round. It's a risky maneuver. Hopefully it pays off though, but it's a huge advantage that they could honestly use to bring us into yet another overtime, maybe.
All comes down to the site hit. Corey gonna be the entry. Precision gets the information, but he's the one that gets traded. The shower's presence is still there.
Governor, the judge, takes down Corey. Leviathan, Easter Flash. Spike goes down. TSM, 4-4. Rotations, 1 flank coming from a mile away from Anderson, taking a sweet little time. But everyone else on the sites for TSM hoping to punish a mistake. The paint shells, that's actually doing it. Leviathan just walks right out there and takes down 7. The TP from Calypso gets closer to his teammates. And now, look at that, the stim beacon is there for Leviathan. He goes down. There's still tip for attack. The spike's still taken away. Anderson, the flank has arrived around the corner. He finds a kill. 1-1. Viper v Viper. Rossi goes down. Anderson clutches it out. Another overtime. We continue.
We just keep going all the way through the night. Who is going to be the best next to next to next? Unbelievable. This is just such a back and forth game. We see the Viper, but we saw one of the ultimates finally actually come out. Leviathan actually in the end as well had the orbital strike, but it was just so quick. And Anderson, we don't see him come in with the judge, and look what he can do. He's a different player. He is sitting at that 17 and 26. Both of these Vipers, you have to expect it to be at the bottom on a long game on bind. You're normally that anchor on defense. You're that last resort every single time. You shouldn't be the one to find that frag because you need the wall available and all of this utility. But regardless, we see NA gearing up for an A side hit here. You know, in the end, we're 30 plus rounds into this game. It's difficult to know exactly what's gonna happen. It's comes down
round
to
37.
that mistake. Yeah, comes down to that mistake.
We're gonna catch up to 7's kills sooner or later. God damn. 7 missing a rare shot. That's a first, and this could be a tale of what's to come. Through the smoke, though, out comes a couple of players of Nearest Airport, but GMD, he's stepping up. Mows both of them down, quick and easy. Corey pushes out, finds 1 Calypso. The spray, unable to land, and Governor strikes back. Only a sheriff, though, pulls at the judge and catches Rossi. Another 2v2. This match has devolved into madness.
Still sitting at even numbers. 7 going to be able to pick up 1. Operator in hand, but Governor, he needs to just swing this, and with this op, it's so difficult, but the shot's going to miss. Governor takes the TP, bomb in hand, and Sabros is just waiting for this. He's been sitting here the whole time. He was waiting.
He should knife this for the style points.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Governor, he was aware that someone might still be here. He had no idea what Sabrosa was. No util, not even to help 7. Nice little, a bit of awareness there, but unfortunately, just couldn't get the shots off TSM and then lead again. But I will wait with the bated breath.
We might be going on a record here for top-end teams in a situation like this. You know, you never know. Maybe that's what they're going for at this point. Nearest airport dropping out of Knight's Gauntlet to even continue to play in this Premiership bracket. They've risked a lot to even be in this position. They risked prize money that was nearly guaranteed with the teams that they're up against to make sure that they're playing at the top of their top. And they need this win versus TSM. At this point, this is monumental for them, and they're the ones backed against the wall once again. Is Governor going to create a little bit of pressure over on this A side, but Sabrosa does nothing but gain information. And this is that slow and methodical game that TSM has showcased on attack, but it has never truly came out to be on top. They're just going to try to commit to this B side. Here we go. Leviathan Digital. We've seen him in this spot before. About 20 rounds ago, we saw him here.
And now, near simple, they're starting to take aggressive pressure on defense. Hopefully, they will be able to push and maybe get a few kills and pincer TSM in. But that wasn't the case. TSM caught them before they could get too deep. And now they were over towards B stands, back over towards A. Leviathan's off that ratty angle. You see the pings on the map. They want to clear out Governor. Maybe he's been in the angle quite a few times. This is serious.
This is just going to be the same class that we saw from TSM, I think 4 rounds ago, where it's just the last second commit to the A side as hard as you can. They need to hold their crosses. They've shown success with it before. Can they do it again? Can they find the win? Is Corey going to be the entry?
Corey versus Governor. It's back and forth. Sabrosa entries onto Leviathan. Calypso strikes back though. Governor goes down. This is rough. This could be it. 4-2. The patience from Season to the slow play. The pace change-up is working out in their favor. Calypso 4-1, but he's the last player standing. 60 HP. 1v3. Only an operator and a classic, maybe a headhunter. No bullets. I'll take it back. This is OT. It's done. The crossfire. He needs a miracle to pull this off. Divine intervention. And God shall not grant him such a pleasure. 20-18. Finally, we end it. 48 rounds.